Hello, lovely gang of people, or one person that's watching this. Um, that's my head. That's what's going on in my head right now. Actually, I'm feeling quite chilled at the moment since it's the day's work is done. How are you feeling? Let me know in the comment section if you feel like it. Today we had a topic talking about alcoholism and anger. And yeah, when I was driving back home from work, we talked about AA and the meetings, and I got asked if somebody doesn't drink for a whole year and they then drink for 2 weeks straight, are they an alcoholic? And I said yes, but then I corrected myself and I said, whoever's decided they're an alcoholic and they give themselves that um, name or meaning to their name, then they are. Anybody that even I met someone that was like 22 that is going to meetings, and they seem quite bright, and it seems like, how can a 22-year-old be an alcoholic? Well, he decided that he is. So anybody can decide that they have a problem. And I'm not advocating that now everybody would decide that they have an issue, but I think it's very important to kind of make a note of that. And we talked about anger, and I came up with this conclusion that, like, for example, jealousy could be repressed anger, um, feeling empty, feeling shamed, feeling anxious could be repressed anger, because anger is an emotion just like any other emotion. But when we suppress it, when we repress it, then we don't experience it, and it transforms into these other feelings. And I think we start drinking or using when we are angry, and we don't know how to get rid of those feelings, so we just decide that we're gonna drink ourselves to this unknowingness, you know, like, so we wouldn't feel how we feel, but then we feel worse, and then we repress our emotions even more, and then we feel worse and worse and worse. So I don't know, what do you think about that? What do you feel when you're angry? Do you even feel anger? Because I feel like I don't feel anger. I just feel like, I don't even know how to put it. It's more like comes out in other forms. Comes out in other forms. So I got a text today from a friend, and she said, whatever I do, I still feel empty. And it doesn't matter how good I'm trying to be, I feel empty, something along the lines of that. And I think emptiness is important because from nothing, something is born. Like the world, according to the Bible, I think appeared from nothing. At first, there was nothing. Then there was a word. I think, I'm not sure if how it goes, but I think something came out of nothing. So empty, what is it? What is the feeling of being empty? I don't know if I feel empty at the end of the day. I don't feel empty. I feel like I've achieved something. But sometimes I feel like I didn't. Sometimes I feel like I failed more. Sometimes I feel like I've done more mistakes, or I haven't done anything to be proud of. But I still feel like I want to congratulate myself. I go to these meetings, and when I go to these meetings, I feel like I'm treating myself to some peace of mind, when I treat myself to some peace of mind and I talk and other people listen, even these videos, if somebody watches them, I see how many people watch them, and sometimes it's like 10 people, watch a video, and it's still 10 people, it's like 10 people listen to me, maybe they listen to me for a minute and they turn it off or whatever, but people still listen to you, whatever you do, you know? So it's good to be appreciative of that. I think it's good to be grateful for those people that are listening to us, those people that are watching us. Sometimes I stay quiet for the whole day and then people start talking to me. And then I'm like, I feel like I'm acknowledged, somebody's paying interest to me. Somebody is like actually asking questions, and it feels good. I know I should be asking probably questions to my, I don't know, employers or talk to them, but I don't feel like doing that at the moment because I feel like I'm might be wasting somebody's time or asking silly questions, or but I know it's not the right way to look at it. I think I should be more inquisitive, but coming back to the thought of feeling empty, you know, I feel empty a lot of the time before starting these videos. I don't have anything to say. I just turn on the camera and I turn it on, press the record button, then I start speaking, and whatever comes to my mind, that's what I say. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. And if you're feeling empty, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. If you're feeling angry and you're feeling a lot of deep, deep emotions, maybe it's supposed to be like that. Maybe you're supposed to feel it. Oh, and Al, that's what we were talking about. Relearning things every single day. It feels like even if I've learned something for um, millions of times, sometimes it feels like I'm relearning stuff every day. And I think it's because we are doing that. I think it's because we are relearning to live every single day as a new day, because it's always a new day. It's never happened before. So things change. You're one day older and you are brighter, but you might not feel like that. You might feel like it's difficult. It's difficult to perform the same task that you performed way before. It's like it could be it could be very difficult to do certain tasks that you do every day, actually, because they're the same tasks over and over again. So, think about that. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to do the same thing that you've always done, and you're known for doing that. But maybe, you know, somebody knows you for being good at art or skateboarding or whatever, and then you switch and then you do something new, and that's interesting for you, that's interesting for your mind, but people might not like it because they know you as a painter, as a skateboarder, as a basketball player, as a tennis player, and then you're like, you also do, art, or you also do this or that, you also swim. Like, what's up with that? It's like, you can do whatever you want, you can relearn things every single day and be a new person every single day. So nobody puts a block on you and says that you can't do it, you know, and be proud of yourself because you are amazing, you are a living, breathing, walking miracle, because like imagine how many processes are happening in your brain every single second. Like there's so many things going on, and we're just these walking machines, you know. Like, you know, I could just see, like, you know, gears turning inside of a person's head when I say that. Like when you see, like, in the movie, you see a see-through image of somebody, and inside them it's not like blood and things, but it's just like cogs and wheels, like spinning like a clockwork or something like that. So you're an intricate human being, you are an intricate soul. So be aware of that and be thankful to yourself, because you're worth it. You know, you should look in the mirror, smile, and thank yourself for being alive today, because you're worth it. And I'll say goodbye for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, hope you have a great evening or morning or day, whenever you're watching this video. So love you all, and peace.